Hi everyone, I hope you guys are all having a great day. Today I'm going to do the Book Snob book tag created by Tia and All the Books. I will link her channel with the original video down below. I'll go ahead and get started. These questions are all about the kinds of books that you prefer to read. Question number 1 is Adaptation Snob. Do you always read the book before you go and watch the movie or the TV show? And for me, the answer is no. I would like to live my life that way, but half the time I don't even know that a movie or TV show is a book before I watch it. And so that happens, which is pretty lame, but you know, I guess I'm not all-knowing, and I have to accept that. There are other times where I don't actually ever intend on reading the book. For instance, I love James Bond movies, but will I ever read a James Bond book? Probably not. Same goes for Jason Bourne. Those are actually based off of movies, or those movies are actually based off of books, and I probably won't ever read them. So there are some books that I never intend to actually read. Question number 2 is Format Snob. If you could only read one kind of book format for the rest of your life, what would it be? A traditional book, an ebook, or an audiobook? And so right now my answer is a traditional book because I just prefer them in general, but my eyesight is pretty bad, so I know that as I age it will continue to just get worse and worse, and so if I'm 70 years old and can't read comfortably because I'm like blind, then I'll probably have to switch to audiobooks, and I think hopefully I'll be okay with that adjustment. Question number 3 is Ship Snob. Would you date or marry a non-reader? So I think I'm going to start by saying yes, I would date or marry a non-reader. However, I wouldn't date or marry someone who doesn't appreciate alone time. Meaning, like the fact that I sometimes just want to sit by myself on the couch and read and not necessarily talk to you. Some people find that offensive. My high school boyfriend, actually, I guess I was 17 when the last Harry Potter book came out, and oh man, I got that book straight away. All I wanted to do was sit around all weekend and read the book. And my high school boyfriend didn't understand that. It sort of hurt his feelings that I didn't want to spend the weekend hanging out with him. And a part of that is because he was a non-reader. So you know, that didn't quite work out. I did marry a reader. My husband David reads probably more than I do, and so we were both rather introverted people. We like to sit around the house and not talk to each other while we read our books, and that works well for us. Question number 4 is Genre Snob. If you had to ditch one genre, never to be read again, which one would you ditch? And I think that I would ditch romance novels. I don't think that there's anything wrong with reading them. I just tend to walk away pretty dissatisfied, so I could definitely live the rest of my life without reading another romance novel. Question number 5 is Uber Genre Snob. If you could only read one genre for the rest of your life, which genre would that be? And I think I'm going to go with historical fiction. It's a broad enough genre that I really enjoy. I think I could be satisfied with that if I absolutely had to choose. Question number 6 is Community Snob. Which genre do you think receives the most snobbery from the bookish community? And I think it all sort of depends on what part of the bookish community you think you belong to. I personally think that the romance community probably receives the most snobbery. Even what I said earlier, not choosing to ditch romance, that could be perceived as snobbery, so I can understand why they feel like they might receive the most snobbery. How many times can you say snobbery in one sentence? But I also think that young adult fiction could also receive quite a bit of snobbery depending on what generation you actually belong to and what you prefer to read. Question number 7 is Snobbery Recipient. Have you ever been snubbed for something that you've been reading or for reading in general? And I don't think that this has ever happened on purpose. I don't think that anybody has intentionally been mean to me because of what I am reading or because I choose to read. But growing up, I was very different from the rest of my family in that I did like to sit quietly and read. And I wasn't particularly athletic, nothing much has changed. So growing up, I feel like I was the odd man out a lot because I chose to read and because I enjoyed reading. But I also think that that was a bit of my family, some of my family members, extended family, just not understanding me and maybe even thinking that because I was a quiet sort of weirdo that I was actually being snobby towards them because I liked to read. Which happens, you know, a lot of the times perceived snobbery is really just hurt feelings. So humans are interesting creatures. Snobbery is an interesting topic. Thank you, Tia, so much for creating this tag. I am going to tag 3 people. So I'm going to tag Made with Books, Seeking Stories, and Miss April Vincent. So if you guys haven't done that tag yet, go ahead and I would love for you to do it. Ryan at Seeking Stories, I don't know if you ever actually intended on doing book tags, but they're a thing, and you should definitely give it a try. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the tag, and I would love to know some of your answers down in the comments below. If you haven't done this tag yet, also, I would love to see your videos. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.